Right now, Vicki Benson, get the camera out, folks, because when you have an aircraft of this size and this speed, you get smoke. That's a 985 cubic inch round engine airplane right there, run by Pratt Whitney engine. Nice, beautiful loop. The maneuvers that you see in this airplane that Vicki's doing are essentially the maneuvers in this aircraft where you were flying in World War II. I'm betting that kicks up to be a hammerhead. Watch this, up and over. Yep. Now, what's interesting about this, and let's talk about this.
Well, yeah, the fastest woman was Vicki for a long time in the air races. They had the last air race. This year they're going to have the last air show there. This will be moving. Yeah, here comes Vicki.
Beautiful barrel roll, bringing that airplane around. The sound that you actually, or much of the sound that you hear, is the sound generated by the propeller tips breaking the sound barrier. The propeller tips literally go through the barrier of sound.
Yeah, that's that hard snap you hear. Vicki's performance, she's sponsored and brought to us by California Aeronautical University, CAU. Mentioned last year he was watching the show, signed up. Now he's a pilot. Pretty soon we'll see him in an air show, maybe. They do it great. Introducing people to the aviation field and getting them ready for commercial aviation, giving them the experience they need as pilots, mechanics, support personnel, and getting them.
One thing that's really interesting about these maneuvers in this aircraft, and you another one, some of the aerobatic maneuvers you see, like when you saw Judy Phelps, you saw Sammy Mason, and some of those airplanes, those aircraft have inverted fuel and oil systems. So turns upside down, hangs upside down. In the negative G configuration, that airplane will still get fuel and oil. This aircraft, to keep it properly running, Vicki needs to pull positive G's, because this aircraft does not have inverted fuel.
Yeah, that was a tough lesson that they learned during World War II with some of those carbureted engines without pressure. They get into fights and have the airplane engines crap out on them in the middle of a dogfight. Now, not quite the Top Gun maneuver, but that was a surprise for more than a few pilots. Huh, Ron?
A lot of times when you watch some of the earlier especially the Spitfire, great of an engine the Merlin was, it had a problem with the carburetor, and then you would get a negative increase pressure and the engine would stall. It was kind of like that.
G-loading. You know, we really didn't talk about it much today. So what happens is, in your regular life as you're walking as an audience member, you live in a world of 1G. That's your weight. If you weigh 100 pounds, if you weigh 200 pounds, that's what you weigh. When Vicki is pulling the stick back toward her, the G's multiply. So imagine if you weigh 200 pounds and you pull 5 G's, you are now 1,000 pounds in the seat. When they go ahead and work G's, they're working positive and negative. So when you do negative and you push a stick, it lifts you out of the seat in multipliers of your own weight. And what you're seeing here is a positive G loading aerobatic demonstration.
Another beautiful over-the-top maneuver for Vicky will help me bring it in down. To fly in an air show. She's got her Ph.D. Telling you about the education, biochemistry, and a lot of work, a whole career on subject. And she just That's where she got the aviation bug divider as a little girl riding in a plane just like this one.
Now the other thing that you notice with this aircraft too, since it's big, there's a lot of drag. So the key on an aerobatic routine is something like this, is to be very smooth with your controls. The harder you pull G's, the more airspeed you bleed off. And the more airspeed you bleed off, the more altitude you cannot gain. And if you look at some good altitude shots here, that is done by being smooth. Surplus aircraft, and then crop dusters went ahead and added the large engines into them. The engine that came in this aircraft when it was a standard trainer was about half the size. So then the 985 Pratt Whitney, this aircraft, the Wasp Junior, this engine was added later. And it became sort of a standard for air shows as well. You have some of the great performers like Bill Adams, Sammy Mason Sr., which is, by the way, Sammy Mason's grandfather was one of the most noted